بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Right, next question. Why 6 fasts of Shawwal? What are their rulings? Okay, I think we've discussed this in another question. They are generally, the 6 fasts of Shawwal are recommended according to many ulama. The Hanabila and the Shafi'iyya go to the extent to say that if a person fasts them, it's like fasting an entire year of obligatory prayers. What is interesting, however, is many of the Hanafiya and Malikiya, and including Ibn Abidin and other Hanafiya, say that, look, it's absolutely fine. There's no issues with things like the 6. And including latter day Malikiya say it's absolutely fine as well. But Imam Malik himself, it is interesting because he says that I have not seen it has not reached me that the Salaf would fast these 6 days. And he says that he has not it has not reached him that there is a significance in doing this, and in fact he said it's better not to do it. And he said that وَمَا أَدْرَكْتُ أَحَدًا مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْعِلْمِ, I haven't reached anybody from the people of knowledge who would fast these 6 days. And he says, and neither has it been transmitted from the Salaf that they would do stuff like that. This is what Imam Malik says. There is an understanding in some places, that's in his Muwatta. There is an understanding also transmitted from Imam Malik that he says, well, it's also feared that the ignorant people will attach these to Ramadan and they will make them a portion of Ramadan. And many people have actually done things like that in time. And what's also interesting is Imam Abu Hanifa had the same kind of understanding. He said it was makruh to fast the 6 days of Ramadan, of Shawwal, sorry. And Abu Yusuf said it was also makruh if they were together consecutive. But if they were split up, then it's okay.
6 split up or split up from Ramadan?
No, 6 split up. As in to split them up, then it's okay. And this is why the Hanafiya do recommend to fast them kind of split over, and especially away from Ramadan, but kind of split, maybe 2-3 whatever, then 2-3 whatever, something like that. In Shawwal generally, yes, the Hanafiya generally restrict them to Shawwal because of the hadith saying min Shawwal. The Malikiya said, as Al-Adawi when commenting on that, said that this was mentioned, he says la lit takhsis. He said that it wasn't kind of it wasn't mentioned, Shawwal was mentioned because it was kind of the wording he uses.
From Shawwal.
Yeah, because sorry.
As in from Shawwal.
Yeah, the hadith mentions sittam min Shawwal, but why does it mention min Shawwal? Because that would have been the most easiest following Ramadan, because there's a sense of habit. So why not, in the month that comes after? Although not necessarily directly after, but in that month, because you still have a habit. Do you understand? So it was easier, not that it was restricted to. That's why many of the Malikiya, when they were asked, they said to fast the 6 days of like these 6 days after Ramadan in the 10 days of Hajj is a great idea. So many of them actually said they preferred that they are kept, if you are going to keep them, like the student of Imam Malik, Mutarrif said that Imam Malik kind of condemned it because he felt this was people would turn it into a bid'ah. But if you didn't have that intention and you just had a good intention to keep them, then they're fine. But even these ulama then transmit, if you are going to keep them, it's better to keep them in the 10 days of Hajj. Although you can have it in Shawwal as well. And they said the hadith just mentioned this as an example, not as a exclusivity kind of condition. So that is interesting, I have to say. But So that's why, and the hadith does say, as is transmitted, that whosoever fasts Ramadan ثم أتبعه بست من شوال, follows it up with 6 days of Shawwal, كان كصيام الدهر, it was as though he'd fasted the entire year or his age or his life. Okay.